So I hadn't played a lot of shows for soldiers in the past, and before 2007. And so we go over to Iraq, and I was kind of keeping it upbeat, and I was throwing some cover songs out there, throwing some rock tunes in there, and I was trying to get a feel for what everybody wanted to hear. I wanted to bring a piece of home to everybody out there and just kind of take them back to Texas for a little bit. And so I was trying all different things. In the first couple of days, we were doing 2 shows per day, and so I was testing out my set. I wanted to know. We were going to be over there for about 3 weeks, so I wanted to know exactly how the 3 weeks were going to go and how I was going to be taken by these soldiers. So one afternoon I was playing in a bass, and I cannot remember where we were. Fob Spiker, I think it was, and we were in a gymnasium there, and I mean these were some tough dudes sitting in the crowd, some tough guys, and they had the look of guys that had just come out from outside the wire, and they still had the dirt on them, and some of them were in their PT gear, and some of them were in their ACUs, and they're sitting around in this gymnasium, and I knew I had a song that I had written about my grandfather who was a pilot in World War II, and the band had never even heard the song. It's called 5 More Minutes. I just decided to try to pull it out and play it and just see how well it went over, and it was the kind of song that after I finished, I'm sitting there at Fob Spiker in this gymnasium with the toughest dudes on the planet with automatic weapons sitting there right next to him, and it was kind of a scary experience for me because when it finished, it was just silent for a little bit, and I didn't know how it was going to be taken from me being a civilian, but it ended up going over very well. They ended up standing up and clapping, and after that, everybody wanted to hear or get a copy of the Granddad song. So from then on, I played it, and it ended up being one of our more popular songs we played over in Iraq. And I did 2 more tours after that, and played it all the time. And then we ended up surprisingly releasing it as a single in Texas Music, and that was our latest single. I'll play it for you right now. It's called 5 More Minutes.
Think of my granddad in 44, overseas fighting in the war. He was the pilot of a B-24 and father of my dad. If he hadn't made it home okay, then I wouldn't be here today. It wasn't until he passed away that I realized what I had. Precious time you can't have back. I wish I had 5 more minutes, one more time with him, share a cup of coffee with him, and hear his voice again. I tell him that I loved him, and he would know how much I meant it, 'cause you can love a lifetime in 5 more minutes. And when I think about college days, it's not just the class you take. No, it's more about the buddies you make. You'll remember all your life. And when we all finished school, one did what he was born to do, served his country for me and you, and sacrificed his life. And we still miss him all the time. I wish I had 5 more minutes, one more time with him, to share a cup of coffee with him and hear his voice again. And I tell him what a friend he was, he would know how much I meant it, 'cause you can love a lifetime in 5 more minutes. I drove to see my dad yesterday. When it was time to go, I changed my mind and told him wait. Give me 5 more minutes, if that's alright with you. Share a cup of coffee with me, and that's the least that I can do. I told him that I loved him, sure do, I meant it. 'Cause you can love a lifetime in 5 more minutes. It only takes 5